So magic has 4 degrees, and they all intercorrelate with each other. But like the neophyte learns the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram from Earth, like from your left hip, or the lesser invoking going from spirit down to the left hip. That's Earth banishing and invoking. In the Golden Dawn, you'd only really be taught that for first like year or so. In the Cicero's self-initiation guide to the Golden Dawn, I believe they say to do that for 9 months. What that's for is to ground your ass, because most people we're not grounded. Grounding means to push your excess energy, or let your excess energy leak out of you into the earth. Grounding your electromagnetic field. We have, when our cells die, our cells are dying all the time, and when our cells die, when they're dying, they become what's called free radicals. They become unstable, and they start to, they can become cancerous cells and all that, and that's where sickness comes from. When you ground yourself, your free radicals release themselves out of your body. In fact, trees, like meditating against a tree, hugging trees, shit like this, trees feed on free radicals. Humans die from free radicals, just the same as like carbon dioxide is acidic to us and makes us hyperventilate. That's the reason why a panic attack physiologically is you have too much carbon dioxide and you're hyperventilating. You're not getting enough oxygen, which is alkaline, and your pH balance goes haywire. You have too much carbon dioxide. When you breathe out, it's carbon dioxide. Trees breathe that in. Trees breathe out oxygen. We have a very symbiotic relationship with trees. They're special things. They're creatures. They're living. We're all neophytes. And we're all in Absissimus. Malkuth is in Kether, and Kether is in Malkuth in a different way. For those that know, just know that you're always going to be a neophyte. No one's a master. No one's a secret chief or an ascended this or that. Because you always have to go back. In the Adeptus Minor grade, you become a Zelator Adeptus Minor first. You go through all the 4 grades again in Adeptus Minor, and then Adeptus Major, and then Adeptus Exemptus. An exempt adept is exempt from doing the 4 elements of that grade, because it's in Hesed and they're learning pure love and joy. That's on a higher plane, getting ready to cross the abyss. That's a preamble to elementary magic, elements, the LBRP, LIRP, LBRH, LIRH, the lesser rituals of the pentagram and hexagram. These are elemental things. The hexagram rituals are earthly. They're to clear or invoke energies from the planets and the zodiac in your immediate space and mind. It's a look at a hexagram. It's the microcosm and the macrocosm together, but on the microcosmic plane. You start doing planetary stuff next. So the second grade of magic is planetary. That's doing the greater invoking or banishing ritual of the hexagram of the planets. And this is where the Empyrean starts. So the Empyrean is this. Empyrean. So it's like this. We're at the elemental plane in this earthly realm. Above us are different planes. Or planets. The planets. So you got Mercury, Venus, Mars, Sun, Jupiter, you got Mercury, Venus, Mars, Sun, Jupiter, Saturn. Right above us is Luna, the moon. So this is the second degree. Planetary stuff. This is going to make sense in a minute. As above, so below. The atom Cadmon. Adam Kadmon is basically a person. If you put Yod He Vav He like this, it makes a person. Okay. So the Empyrean you can map onto yourself. So second degree of the planets, sticking with the Hermetic tradition, there's 7 classical planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Moon, Sun, Jupiter, Saturn. We could place these on Adam Kadmon. Genitals are Luna. And it goes up just the same as the Empyrean does. So you have Luna at genitals. At your sacral, you have Mercury and Venus. Your sacral's right below your navel and your pelvic area. It's the Aphrodite, Hermaphrodite, Hermes and Aphrodite mixture of intellect, reason, and emotion. At your solar plexus is Mars. At your heart is the sun, soul. At your throat chakra, Jupiter. Your third eye, or Agnya chakra, is Saturn. And the crown. Crown is going to represent Kether, the tree of life. Ein Sophar, the limitless light of God. Third degree of magic is zodiacal. The way you do zodiacal magic is you use the supreme ritual of the pentagram. Plug in my phone. All right. So you use the supreme ritual of the pentagram of the element of the zodiacal constellation that you want to interact with. So we got something that looks like that. So we got the elemental, and then we got the 7 planes of existence going with the 7 planets, 7 chakras. And then out of that, we go to Hakma. This all corresponds to the tree of life as well. The zodiac is a 360-degree view of the sky and clusters of stars that ancient occultists and priests group together that create certain energies, and there's 12 of them when you look around the 360-degree view. And these also correlate to the body. So we'll just go through it. Aries and Taurus both have horns, and you can decipher from this both of them are of the head. Aries is the frontal cortex, it's the thinking, it's the cardinal fire that gives you motivation to go, it gives you thought. Taurus is the cerebellum, reptilian brain, all that stuff that keeps your, like, you don't think about breathing and shit like that, or, you know, instincts or reflex. That's Taurus. It's the animal natural body. And then you got Gemini. Gemini is the arms and the lungs. The twins. Gemini is the twins. It's the arms and the lungs. Cancer is the heart. Well, it's Cancer is the chest and the organs of, like, the chest. It's the home. It's also the throat. Leo is the heart. And then what's after Leo? What is after Leo? Hold on. I want to make sure I got. My bad. Virgo. Virgo is the stomach. The intestines and all that. Libra is the hips. Scorpio is the genitals. Sagittarius are your legs, your foundation. Capricorn is your knees, stabilization. Aquarius is your ankles and feet. Well, Pisces is your feet. It's the bottom of the feet. It's the fish. The two fish. Pisces is the two fish, the feet. So not only do the planets correspond to chakras, but so do the zodiac signs. So that's when you hear the firmament, The zodiac is kind of the firmament. So you have, like, let's just say you got Aries right here, Libra right here. That's in the sky. And then above that is the fourth degree of magic, the fixed stars, which is like the chandelier. So on top of the fixed stars would be Kether of the macrocosm. There's 15 important stars called the Bohemian fixed stars that you can these things control the planets, and that's also where the Olympic spirits reside at. Bethor, Eritron, Ophiel, the Olympic spirits. There's 7 of them. They control the planets. Planets control the zodiac, and elements control all of it. So even though first degree of magic, elemental seems elemental, it's the foundation upon which the planets and then the zodiacal and fixed stars uh, get their power from and their characteristics. So you say, yeah, that's awesome, fantastic, amazing, Jeff. What do I do with this information? Well, first, you have to get in touch with nature, which means going outside and meditating on grass, specifically against a tree. And you want to do this every day. Then also doing what's called the 5 Tibetan rites of rejuvenation. This is all neophyte stuff, but this is all shit that you'd be doing. I do these things, I try to do them every day. Drinking enough water, going for runs or walks. My knees are all fucked up. I can't run very well, so I like to walk. Just staying active, but not staying active. Just if you pick up a gym routine, weightlifting and shit like that, great. But you're always gonna want to meditate for like 10 minutes, even 5 minutes, out in nature and ground yourself. And you're gonna start doing the lesser banishing. When you wake up, you do the lesser invoking ritual of the pentagram, which you start at the top at spirit and you go down to the left hip, right shoulder, right hip, up to spirit in every direction. Then you do the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram midday, followed by the lesser invoking ritual of the pentagram, and followed by the middle pillar. The middle pillar exercise is every Sephiroth or sphere on the tree of life is connected to a chakra on a planet, and they have divine names, and you say these divine names like you as a mantra. So the middle pillar, meditation, sun gazing when the sun's coming up and when the sun's going down at the horizon. Liber Resh, which is it's 4 daily adorations of the sun. These are things that I've stuck to, not recently. My life's been all fucked up. But these are things that I've done with religious fervor. It's become a religion to me. This is the true religion. It's the religion of the stars, but they're not. It's all within you, too. Remember this: as above, so below; as within, so without. So, like, we don't have to look out to connect with these different planes of existence. They're all within us. They're all inside of us. And these exercises of drawing these geometrical shapes and using these Hebrew words of power to either banish or enrich and invoke, these are ancient forms of yoga. Yoga means union or yoke. You're the cosmic egg having union with the divine. What I call God is ineffable, the Lord of the universe. And the ineffable means you cannot define it, you can't understand it, but you can see the mechanics of it in nature. And all the ancient sages saw the mechanics of God and studied nature. And that's where we get science from. Real science is just the study of God's mechanics, which would be the natural world. And everything from, you know, how a flower buds and grows from seed to quantum physics is all within God's mechanics, the mechanics of the universe. So I don't claim to know what God is. I've spoken to something, but these things will get you closer to the divine. Because once you figure out that the mechanics of out there is ruled by the ineffable God, the Lord of the universe, you will understand that you are modeled exactly after the macrocosm, the universe. You are a universe within yourself. You have over 700 trillion cells within inside of you that all go to work every day to keep this physical form what it is. So within you lies a whole universe. And within, as within, so without, everybody else that you see, we can say, all right, we're all one. Great. We're all one thing within the mind of divinity, having an experience, but at the end of the day, we're all one, and that's fantastic. That's a great philosophy, and I happen to believe in that. But that's the macrocosmic theory. On the day-to-day, the microcosmic theory is everybody you see is having an individual experience that's just as deep as yours. People talk about NPCs and all this shit. Yeah, there's people that are less awake, but they're happy. Do as thou wilt should be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. Do your true will. Guide your life with your will and your love. Love for everybody. And what I would describe as love is like empathy and compassion. Crowley's love under will statement, love is law. He's talking about the Greek agape love, which is a brother and sisterhood love. We're all in this together type of shit. It's having compassion, empathy for everybody. It's different from like eros love, like romantic love and shit like that. There's different kinds of love. The Greeks really mapped that out. It's cool. But if you were called and you heeded the call to join in divinity's creation and create with divinity and understand a little bit more about divinity, that's your true will. Someone else might be into like doing whatever they're doing. Doesn't matter. That's their will. That's their true will. They're not NPCs. They're just as awake as you. They just don't focus on the shit that you want to focus on. That's how I've come to see the world. But I try to treat everybody with the same respect. I don't see anybody that's more or less than. Anyways, after you start your elemental practices, you move on to planetary practices. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Very important. The Hebrew alphabet. The Hebrew alphabet comes from aleph bet. It's the first two letters of the Hebrew alphabet, aleph and bet. The Hebrew alphabet, it comes from the Egyptian hieroglyphs and Sumerian cuneiform. Simplified down, each letter represents a plethora of ideas and also a number. And it reads from right to left. Instead of how we read from left to right, Hebrew reads from right to left. You don't have to exactly know Hebrew, although you will get familiar with it if you do this. But right now what I'm going to get into is spellcraft. That's what everybody likes to do, right? Well, this is real spellcraft, okay? Right now it is the hour of Venus and the day of Venus. So I will link a thing in the description to a document with all the planetary kamiyas, but these are called kamiyas. You can print them. Every single time I do these, I write down the kamiya. But let's see here. I have them on my walls. That is the kamiya of Luna. That is the magical seal of the planet of Luna. That is Mars, the kamiya of Mars, or magic square Mars, kamiya of the Sun, kamiya of Saturn, kamiya of Jupiter, kamiya of Mercury, kamiya of Venus. So, that is a magical seal of Venus. we have the magical square of Venus. It has a charge or an egregore attached to it because this is very ancient. Showed up to the public in the three books of occult philosophy by Henry Cornelius Agrippa in the 1300s. And it's been in use far before that. Very powerful. It's the only way to, it's my favorite way to do sigil spellcraft. Now we're going to make a statement of intent. I'm going to thank Venus for bringing love into my life. That's going to be one sigil, and then I'm going to ask Venus also for something. I can't tell you guys what that is, but I'll tell you something you'd ask Venus for. Love. You want a romantic relationship. Your statement of intent would be, I am so happy. You want to put emotion and you want to put yourself into the state of like having that thing that you are asking for. So you'll have visualization. I'm so happy, comfortable, and safe with my new partner. Something like that. Romantic partner. I am, meaning your statement of intent is going to be in the present tense. I have a new car. I have found $1,000. You've already got it. You write it like that. Okay? Then what you do is you take out all you take out all vowels. A, E, I, O, U. So we got thank you, Venus, for bringing love into my life. That's going to turn into thank you. The A goes. So you got T, H, N, K. You keep the U, the Y. Venus. Venus is going to turn into V. And then all repeating letters get taken out. So we already have the N in thank you. Well, the N in Venus goes away. So we just have a V and an S for Venus. 4, we got F and R. Bringing. B, we already have an R, so we take out R. We already have an N, so take out N. We got a G. We got an L. So love, we already have Venus, so we take out that. So it's, you take out all vowels and all repeating letters. Once you see a letter, gets put into the letter bank, and then so once you see an L, gets put into the letter bank, no more L's get put in. T. So, thank you, Venus, for bringing love into my life. Gets turned into this, a letter bank. Now we have this. Each Hebrew letter is a number also. I'm going to do this quickly because I already know the Hebrew letters, but I'm going to attach a document to the description showing like a conversion chart of English to Hebrew. This is very important. You need to do this. So, TH is going to be, whenever you see a TH, it's going to be tau, and that's worth 400. But in our magical square, it doesn't go up to 400, but it does go up to 40. So what you do with that, like if you got 400, you just take a 0 off. So you got 40. N is nun. Nun is 40 again. K is kof. Kof is 100. We're going to bring that down to 10. Y is yod, which is 10 again. V is Vav, which is 6. S is Samek, which is 60. F is Pe, which is 80. R is Resh, which is 200. Yeah, so that's going to be 20. B is Bet, that is 2. G is Gimel, that is 3. L is Lamed, that's 30. We got a T without an H, that's going to be Tet, which is 9. And then we got a M, Mem, that's 50. Okay? So now we're going to just plug that into the Kamiya of Venus. So 40. 40. We start with a circle, going clockwise at 40. We got 40 again. So it's just a little divot like that, demarking that it's been seen twice. 10, 10, 10. And then 6. And then 60. This only goes up to 46. It's a 7 by 7 square, or 49 actually. So we're gonna take the 0 off the 60. 6 is gonna turn into another little thing like that. Now we have 80, or 8. So 8 is right here. 8. We got 20. Where's 20 is right here. So we got 2. 3, 30. Where's 30? 39, 50, or 5. And that's going to be the last one. And we end with a perpendicular line. Okay, so we have that. You could do this freehand, or you could get tracing paper. It doesn't really matter. And you clean it up. So okay. Then on the back, you do the seal of the planet. Okay. So on the back of this, we have the seal of the planet. Circle that. All this will be in the description. Put this. This. Our seals to Mercury. Our prayers to Venus. So I make my altar. So the pentagram is earth, spirit, fire, air, water, right? And a few other things. But this is how we're going to call upon Venus to bless to bless our work. Now what I do is I use Scott Stenwick's operant field to open up the it's called the operant field. You would be oh, and I also have this. You want things that are in alignment with what you're doing. So I have these seed pods. Venus is the Earth Mother, Ishtar, Inanna, Isis, fertility, seed. I'm gonna wear green. Green is the color of Venus. And I'm also going to find Venus's tarot card, which is the Empress. Empress. This is sympathetic magic. And I'm going to wear my I've taken a magical bath today. then I'm going to wear my, I don't know what you would call this, but this is what I wear for when I do magic. So the operant field is, let's say you want to do elemental magic, well, you're going to do the lesser invoking of the pentagram and lesser banishing of the hexagram to banish any planetary or zodiacal influence. But since we want to tap into planetary influence, but also I want to tap into all things, I'm going to do the lesser invoking of the pentagram and the lesser invoking of the hexagram to open up the operant field. And then after that, I'm going to do the greater invoking. Alright, so Venus is in the south. So this is how you do the greater invoking ritual of the hexagram of Venus. Is in the east, you draw that hexagram. In the south, you draw that hexagram. And in the middle of these, you draw this, the Sigil of Venus, while saying Yod He Vav He Zav Yod. In the west, this is how you draw that one. In the north, this is how you draw that one. And then I found out where Venus was in the sky, because then you go to where Venus is in the sky and you draw a giant, right? This is called the Earth hexagram. You draw a giant one just like that. And then you call upon Hanael, Anael, the choir of the Elohim, and hold on. Sorry, you call upon Hagael, the intelligence, to bless the sigil. And then we'll meditate upon the sigil, do the license to depart, and then burn the sigil. All right? So that's how we do this. We're going to circumambulate 7 times, because 7 is the number of Venus. So Before me stands Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. On my right hand, Michael. On my left hand, Uriel. Above me, Metatron. Below me, Sandalphon. For about me flames the pentagrams, and within me shines the sixth-grade star. I-N-R-I, Yod, Nun, Resh, Yod. The sign of Osiris slain, the sign of Isis in mourning, the sign of Apophis and Typhon, the sign of Osiris slain and arisen. L, V, X, Lux, the light of the cross. Virgo, Isis, mighty mother, Scorpio, Apophis, destroyer, Sol, Osiris, slain and arisen, Isis, Apophis, Osiris, Yahweh, the divine light has descended. Ararita. Yeshua Malkut Vigebura Vigedula Leolam Amen. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe. Holy art thou, who nature has not formed. Holy art thou, vast and mighty one, Lord of the light and of the darkness. the divine name of Yod Vav He Zav Yod, I ask that thou wilt send the powers of Noga, I invoke the powers of Hanael and Anael. I invoke the choir Elohim. I invoke the intelligence Hagel. I invoke all ye powers of Noga. To bless the sacred sigil. Now we sit in meditation with our sigil. You see, what I'm doing is meditating upon the sigil. What this does is it puts it into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is another way of saying the quantum field. Your mind is a quantum computer. In many places at once. In your future and things that happen to you are decided upon your thoughts, your speech, and also your actions. But your thoughts and what you speak really, really manifest because your subconscious mind is on 24/7 listening and delivering information to the quantum field as to what that machine wants to do. That's why if you have a bad attitude all the time, bad shit keeps happening. And if you have a positive mindset, good shit happens, or at least you can deal with the bad shit. God helps those that help themselves. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the analysis of the keyword and collapse all the golden, brilliant, divine white light, or all the divine white light from Keter into the sigil, give the license to depart, and then I'm going to burn the sigil outside, up into the ether. I and R.I. Ignis Natura Manavatra Integra, through fire nature is perfectly renewed. The sign of Osiris slain, the sign of Isis in mourning, the sign of Apophis and Typhon, the sign of Osiris slain and arisen. Yod, Nun, Resh, Yod. L, V, X, Lux, the light of the cross. Virgo, Isis, Mighty Mother, Scorpio, Apophis, Destroyer, Sol, Osiris, slain and arisen, Isis, Apophis, Osiris, Yao. The divine light has descended into the sigil. For any spirits that feel that they were imprisoned here during this act of virtual consecration, please go in peace and love to your humble abodes in the mighty name of Yeshua. Yod-He Vav-He-Zav-He-Yod. Amen. and that goes to the ether. And that is how you do a correct spell. So, alright.